So, hi guys from Opening Up. Please tell me about this film. Why this story?
Oh, well, I wrote this coming out of my master's degree just after lockdown, and I wanted to strip back my storytelling so it was just really simple. Just tell a romance between two people who are similar age to me, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, so many romance stories are told about younger people, and yet, you know, in terms of storytelling, it's much more interesting if you're older. There are so many more obstacles, there are so many more complications, and so I think it makes it so much more interesting from a storytelling point of view.
And the opening shot, obviously, we stay at the feet, which is so lovely. Who kind of decided that and why?
That was between us, wasn't it? Yeah, it was discussions at the beginning.
So when we were we were kind of developing it off a script that Lorna had written once we'd met, and we were kind of thinking about like this idea about someone that's over the age of 50, but we wanted the love to kind of like not let the audience judge them, because a lot of stuff TV shows you see are just young people. You know, it's like all these 20-year-olds, like, you know what I mean. It's not for us. So we thought, well, how can we take away the judgment from the audience so that they actually think that it is, but it's not? And we thought, well, let's just, you know, there's a lot of story in feet in how we walk. So we thought, let's just shoot the feet.
Yeah, it was lovely how, like, when she makes the first move, the foot forward and then up to actually see the people. That was lovely. So these actors have already worked together quite famously. So was that like a really easy transition? Did you work on their relationship, or did they just bring it?
They just brought it, didn't they?
They did. I mean, they're obviously professionals, aren't they? But they do know each other, and they've had a great chemistry.
Yeah, they were amazing on set. They were actually catching up anyway. So a lot of that opening scene was improv, and I'm glad that we did it that way, because it meant that it felt like a real conversation, which felt less, because obviously the rest of it's scripted, but that bit we wanted it to kind of feel almost documentary-esque in the dialogue, with it being the way that it was improvised. Yeah.
And what was like the biggest challenge of making this film?
Oh, for me, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the challenges naturally just were pushed aside because
By the way, this is the guy,
producer, hello, cameras. Yeah, it was a lot of the sort of issues, I guess, immediately were kind of swept aside quite nicely because, I mean, with this project, it was really nice to be able to work with people who I was able to both have a really nice rapport with, but also hugely look up to. And, you know, Oz as a director is very adaptive and dynamic, so that made my life easier. So yeah, but you know, a lot of issues obviously around finding locations and all that were extremely hard, but yeah, no, talent behind the camera just helped hugely, especially like, you know, Matt Gillen, our DP, who was absolutely excellent, and also in the edit as well, and post-production, you know, we had help from Formosa Group, who, you know, really helpful, and our editor Ian Robertson, he was amazing as well. So honestly, the team just made so many of the issues calm so much faster. Yeah.
I caused the biggest problem, I think. Should we talk about that?
You can do, yeah.
Which
So
which of the problems was this, and where are we going?
No, well, we were talking about filming in Manchester, but we ended up losing all of that because I got diagnosed with cancer. I know, and so I was like, just shoot without me, it'll be fine, don't worry. And he spoke to me on the phone and he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to be there? And I was like, 10? And so he said, well, that's it then, we're moving it. We're going to move the date and everything. So when it came down to rescheduling it, it just made so much more sense moving it to London. And so, yeah, the team were wonderful and really, really behind me and supporting me and helping me to be there once I'd got through all my surgery and everything.
Lorna had counted her weeks from the surgery, like, my surgery's at this point, and I've got 4 weeks of recovery, and I can drive on the 6th week. I said, right, we're shooting that weekend, and that's what we did.
Oh, so you fixed it all.
Yeah.
Now this is a complete story, but this relationship is really lovely. Do you think you might be a possibility to tell a little bit of their time together, or is it?
Well, we have written a pilot script, haven't we? So we have taken it further. In fact, it started out as a pilot, and then I removed this scene and turned it into a complete story on its own, and entered it into Centre Frame and entered it into Women Over 50 Film Festival, both of which wanted a 5-page script. So I did that, and that's how I met Oz and how this whole story began.
Oh, perfect. Anything else that you want to add?
I want Ben to talk about the music, because the music is amazing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, I suppose when I first saw the film, I was really moved. First of all, by how it was shot. 'Cause that's a huge factor for what inspires me, and also the chemistry of the two actors and how instant that was, and I was straight there, and yeah, just ideas were just so easy, and it was such a wonderful film to work on, and such at the right time as well. Because I had gone through a big breakup, and I was in a bit of an emotional state, and Oz just handed me this film, and I just poured all of my heartbreak into it, and yeah, it was just at the right time. And me and Oz had an amazing session as well, where he came over, and we just worked on it there and then, and it was such a seamless, collaborative sort of moment, which was really creative. Him just throwing ideas at me, and I'm like, I can see that, yeah, and then we just put it in, and it all just came together in a few hours, really. And it was just a very special little creative moment, that. So, yeah, it means a lot to me, this film.
Lovely. Thank you very much.